So, there's been some more Batman Arkham Knight discussion recently, so I took the opportunity to look for some more criticisms. And a lot of them don't hold up, and make me question if there was any attempt to pay attention to the story, because a lot of these can be countered with direct dialogue that answers these questions. Like this, for example. The fact that Batman got a tape of the Joker killing Jason and never went to find the body, or them never explaining how Jason came across his fortune, or how Scarecrow wants to reveal Bruce to Gotham but put them all under fear toxin. I could go on and on. So this is not only untrue, but that's not even Jason's accusation. Jason doesn't even think Batman didn't try. He outlines that he thinks he probably did.
And don't get me wrong, they'll look for you, or they'll try. But when it comes down to it, when he has to make a choice between you and the mission, he'll choose the mission every time.
The problem Jason has is that Batman seemingly gave up the search and was ready to replace him, as a way of proceeding with the mission to punish the guilty.
How long before you stopped searching for me, How long before you gave up?
When in actuality, Batman tried relentlessly to find Jason, but he never found him. Batman tells him this, Barbara tells him this, and the Joker even notices this.
How long did you wait before replacing me, huh? A month? A week? I trusted you! And you just left me to die!
That's not what happened.
He left me.
He lost you, and he mourned for you. Come home.
The Joker's line is arguably the most telling, because Joker mentions that Batman hasn't been himself these past few months, which is in reference to losing Jason.
You see, Batman hasn't been himself these past few months. If he's not late, he's exhausted. If he's not exhausted, he's preoccupied, making all kinds of silly mistakes. I believe they call it baby brain. Best way to cure baby brain is to get rid of the babies.
He's either late to deal with the Joker, arrives exhausted when dealing with the Joker, or simply doesn't show up and has Robin or Batgirl deal with it. Why do you think that is? Oh, right, it's because he is searching for Jason and he hasn't given up, despite the false claim people keep making about the game. As far as how Jason came across his money, they explain this very clearly. First of all, it's not even his money.
So here's what I don't get. That guy shows up out of nowhere and assembles an army this size. He must be rich as Bruce Wayne. Because I never heard of him. It's not his money. Every supervillain around is chipping in on this one. It's all part of Scarecrow's plan. Yeah, the Knight took him for every penny they had. How'd he convince them? Beats me, but he was convincing enough to get a $3 billion army.
Second of all, Lex Luthor is also chipping in to take down Batman.
Lex Luthor's got a building somewhere around here, right? Yeah, over by the plaza. You know, there's rumors he might have put some money into this. That ain't hard to imagine. He's had his eyes on this city for a while.
So the amount of money they have to fund their army does make sense. And as for putting everyone under fear toxin while revealing Batman's identity, he wants the world to see Batman as a failure. He's not gassing the entire world. He's primarily targeting Gotham to gain control of the city, so it becomes his personal playground to challenge Batman and toy with him.
$3 billion to take Gotham? Talk about overkill. This isn't about Gotham. It's about Batman. As they run scared, we emerge. Take over his habitat. Every rooftop, road, and back alley. We draw him out of the shadows and chip away until he has nowhere left to hide. And no one left to hide behind.
And at the end of this, his goal is to expose that Batman is a fraud. He wants to destroy the idea that he's Gotham's savior, and he wants to remain the master of fear. He believes that without fear, life is meaningless.
As I tear your mind apart, Gotham will watch. I will cut that mask from your face, and the whole world will see the fear in your eyes. Then they too will understand. There is no savior. No more hope. No more Batman.
Batman never attempted to find the body, hence why he's under the impression that Jason is dead. When Jason presses him on it, Bruce literally says, "Joker sent me the tape, I saw him."
I did my due diligence. That's a fucking lie, what you're saying.
Just because Batman was sent a video faking his death doesn't mean he didn't search for the body. Eventually, Batman would realize that he doesn't have any leads and that his searches are futile, very likely because Jason is dead by now and the Joker no longer made use of him. Believing that Jason was killed doesn't prove he never searched for the body, and as explained earlier, he did search for him, to the point where he was less active as Batman. No, he 100% thought Jason was dead, evident through his flashbacks that he wasn't even there for, by the way. I gave you the proof, you just didn't like it. So you just acknowledged that Batman was shown a video of what happened, yet you're asking how he had flashbacks to events he wasn't there for?
Cause hot damn, you wanna know what's a scam? Your fucking education. Nigga, that's what the scam is.
Jason Todd had his militia use drone tanks instead of putting people in them to conveniently make way for Batman's no-kill rule. Okay, so I've seen this point made many times, and this is not only addressed numerous times by the story, but this presents way too many problems. First of all, putting men in the tanks would make them hesitate and hold back out of fear, which makes them prone to human error. You remove that risk entirely with drone tanks.
These machines are relentless. Unlike you, they don't give up. They don't hesitate, they don't hold back, and they are not afraid of you, Batman.
That leads into my second point. When you are afraid, you're more prone to making mistakes. In the gameplay, sometimes even the tanks will shoot each other despite trying to shoot Batman. This kind of situation is referred to as friendly fire, which can always occur by mistake, especially when people are afraid in the tanks. If the tanks are manned, there's a risk that they shoot each other and this ends up wasting troops, which leads into another problem with this criticism. You now have less militia to spare if they're too busy operating tanks. You wouldn't have this restraint if they could remotely command and supervise the tanks. And you wouldn't need one person for each tank. You can have one supervisor commanding a group of them. So this allows more of the militia to remain available for other important tasks.
Sergeant! Yes, sir? The extraction squad's down. Take control of the clock tower drones. He's coming. Switching to manual control. I'll stop him, sir. You're losing drones, Sergeant. The movement on that thing, it's difficult to get a lock.
And to add on to the risk of friendly fire, this can actually put off soldiers from working for them, because they'll see this as a potential suicide mission. It's established that the Arkham Knight knows that many of them are cowards and wouldn't be okay with putting themselves at that level of risk, which is why he personally chose a more brave soldier to test out a bomb vest used to deter Batman's interference.
The Arkham Knight has chosen me, and me especially, to test out his latest weapon in the fight against the Bat. That vest? What is it? Bulletproof? What good would that be against a man who doesn't use guns? No. This vest offers a whole different kind of protection.
What kind of protection?
Should I be rendered unconscious while wearing this baby? It explodes.
You're wearing a suicide vest?
You're crazy! Don't you get it? Batman doesn't kill. Not even indirectly. With this thing on, that pacifist crybaby can't touch me. He wouldn't be able to live with the guilt. Besides, didn't I say I'm testing this out for the night? None of you cowards have to wear one. So, let's review our other tactics.
So if they were told that part of the job would be to fight Batman in groups of manned tanks where they can get blown up, they simply wouldn't want to do the job. Even though Batman doesn't kill, that doesn't automatically mean everyone would be comfortable with taking that risk. Even after being told that Batman doesn't kill, not even indirectly, one of them insists that they're still not wearing the bomb vest.
Any questions?
Yeah. You do know that there's no way in hell any of us are wearing suicide vests, right?
If you don't want the safety and comfort that only 30 pounds of high-quality explosives strapped to your stomach can provide, then that's your risk to take.
The crazy part is, I'm not even done. Let's say they do put men in the tanks. As Jason said, Batman can and will adapt. He'll just invest all of his upgrades for his EMP devices, which he can use to disable their vehicles, and there's no telling how effective these can be or how much he can upgrade them. All they're able to conclude is that if this is how the militia plays their cards, Batman will focus full attention to making his EMP devices as strong as possible. That enables him to walk up to the tanks and break everyone out. He can even have someone remotely control the Batmobile to keep using the EMP while he does this. So he'd have a workaround for that as well, one which would result in wasting militia as well. At least if he blows up the tanks, that doesn't waste any men, and if anyone starts getting killed as a result, people could start leaving the operation for self-preservation. That's really bad. And on top of this, it's also established that they don't even plan to kill Batman with the tanks. They plan to challenge him and want him to perform at his best.
Come on then, hero! Let's see if you can keep up with me! Nice shooting! Wish you could be in there, but you just hold back!
The reason Jason wants the challenge is because it increases the thrill of fighting him.
You're good, Dark Knight! Even better than I remember! It's gonna make it even more satisfying when I kill you.
The reason Scarecrow wants the challenge is because in death, Batman has nothing left to fear. The more they draw this out, the more Batman is left in fear and the more he suffers. It becomes more meaningful to say that Batman is the hero who failed when he actually puts up a good fight. Taking a cheap shot on someone is to take the easy way out, and that doesn't sell the idea as well. It carries more weight when Batman actually had a fighting chance and failed anyway, and that's more soul-crushing to Batman because he would lose hope after holding on to it for so long. This criticism is so non-functional that I needed a full page just to cover this, but that feels like an extremely flimsy excuse, on the level of, we can't hurt you until we've made you suffer despite having ample opportunity to kill you multiple times. It feels like a plot band-aid than legit storytelling. I don't know, this seems like a flimsy excuse to defend a criticism that doesn't make sense. Apparently it's flimsy writing to make someone suffer instead of kill them immediately. It's flimsy writing to establish a motivation to not do the thing you're asking why they won't do?
Goodbye, sir. I will not even dignify that argument with a response.
See also Batman willingly letting Scarecrow strap him to a gurney at gunpoint just so we can have him unmasked before the world. Because if there's one person Batman can overpower, it's a frail man with a pistol. So Jim and Tim are literally being held hostage. It doesn't matter if he can take down Scarecrow or not. What matters is that people he cares about would get shot if he tried. That's how hostage situations work. If you start attacking the aggressor when people are held hostage, you risk them dying. This is like expecting Batman in The Dark Knight just to run at the Joker when he held Rachel hostage just because it's one guy with a gun. That doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, in the next scene, the two are the only ones in the room when Scarecrow and Batman walk in. There's not a single other armed soldier, and we know this because nobody tries to stop Batman from injecting Scarecrow with his own fear toxin. So first of all, that's not true. They have explicit dialogue implying that guards are at the asylum during the identity reveal.
It can't be true. Kevin was on guard at the asylum. It's true.
Second of all, Scarecrow was broadcasting at the asylum. That's how he showed Jim and Tim there. So he wasn't driving the vehicle. It was a militia guard. That means there were other armed guards. The reason nobody else is in the room when Batman arrives is because Scarecrow wants this done privately. It's his victory that he wants to savor. So of course he would want the room to himself. He already has Batman strapped up so he can't escape. So he doesn't need any more guards in the room. The only reason Jason would be able to make it in is because he knows their security protocols, and thus he would know how to bypass their security. And the thing is, even if there were allegedly no guards in the building, how could Batman know this? The plan being suggested is contingent on something he couldn't possibly know. For all he knows, there could be 1, 2, or 10 guards. He can't possibly scope the entire building. No way of knowing his full security details. He literally has a vision mode built into his helmet that lets him see armed and unarmed hostiles through walls. And I'm sorry, a random soldier after the fact isn't evidence. It's, again, papering over blatantly bad writing. First of all, Detective Vision doesn't scan the whole building. We're only shown that it can scan an entire room. We don't see Penguin's body when doing a stealth mission at the museum in Arkham City, because obviously Detective Vision has a limit. Otherwise, he'd literally see everything ahead of him. Second of all, even if Detective Vision was ridiculously OP, they literally established that they can wear suits that make them invisible to Detective Vision. In fact, we see people using it while Commissioner Gordon is being held hostage. So what's Batman's plan if the guards are wearing those suits at the asylum? Any mistake would get Jim and Tim killed. That's why he turns himself in. And he knew Jason, who knows the security protocols, was tracking his location, so he knows that help is coming.
I'm detecting someone tracking your movement through the city.
I knew he would.
Because this means Scarecrow kept the main room empty, save for his hostages for a period of time. Thank God Jim didn't untie Tim while they weren't being watched. Everyone's got a case of the stupids to make this story work.
What? What are you talking about?
So this is very clearly a bad faith reading of the game. What do you mean, thank God Jim didn't untie Tim? If they're seen escaping, they'd both get shot. Also, Scarecrow would have informed them that he has guards throughout the building, so if they tried to escape, they'll just get shot. So why would Jim untie Tim at that point? That doesn't make any sense. In what way is Batman characterized incorrectly in Arkham? He doesn't show emotions or act like a human. Gets debunked by 4 images. Neither Bruce's facial expression or voice change from neutral in any of these scenes. They literally do. Did you watch the scenes? Bruce's voice noticeably becomes softer, regretful, and grieving in all of these scenes. You genuinely have to be dishonest to deny this. And to add on to this, I don't know how you can say this about Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy is very easily the best Batman voice actor. It shows in just about every single one of his performances. But okay, why don't I just play a few of these scenes? Because it's self-explanatory that Batman's body language, facial expressions, and incredible voice acting very clearly display a range of emotions.
Talk, or I'll crush every bone in your body. The Arkham Knight, Barbara Gordon, Tell me where they are. Tell me how to stop the cloudburst. Or so help me, I will hold you responsible for each and every person Scarecrow has killed. You killed them, didn't you, Henry? Go to hell. You're afraid of being ashes. You're afraid of being forgotten. And you will be forgotten, Joker. Because of me. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman. I've won. I'm not afraid, Crane. Without fear, life is meaningless. What's wrong? Scared. Look after him, Jim. Look after them all. You've been a good friend. The best I could ask for.
Sir, what's happened?
She's gone, Alfred.
What do you mean?
Barbara. Scarecrow was punishing me. He killed her.
No. Oh, my... Well, sir, we need to focus. The people of Gotham need you.
I should have protected her, Alfred. She's dead because of me.
Sir, please listen. Stagg's files have revealed what the cloudburst does. It's a dispersal device. Sir, don't you see? Scarecrow has the means to engulf the entire city in fear toxin. You stopped him from making it operational, but it's only a matter of time. Sir, did you hear me?
He heard you. He is wondering how he can live with himself.
Master Bruce, don't let Miss Gordon's death... Don't let it be for nothing.
Oh, you can't bring her back. Let Uncle Jay take charge. No more bad memories, no more pain, no more fear. Scout on him.
Tell me you found her, Batman.
Cash. I'm sorry.
No, don't say.
Everything okay? You look spooked.
I'm fine, Jason. Tim.
You haven't done that for a while. You did this to me!
I'm sorry.
You left me to rot in that abandoned wing of Arkham for over a year! With him.
It's not too late. We can fix this. Together. It means this is the end, Selina. It means we can. I can.
I will see you again, right?
No one will. Gotham needs something more, something worse to defend her. She needs a new myth. A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes of the Batman. Tim, there's something you need to know. Something's happened.
No. Not her. Don't say it.
Barbara's... She's dead. I'm sorry.
Let me out.
I can't. They're targeting everyone close to me. I won't let them get you as well.
Bruce, please. I have to do this.
No.
You son of a bitch! How dare you! You don't get to decide!
What's also interesting is that when Tim gets taken by Scarecrow, you can actually see Batman holding back tears when this happens. Someone made a short on this in full detail, which I'll link in the description if you want to watch, and the short provides a screenshot in photo mode, where you can actually see Batman's tears, and Joker even remarks on them in the game.
There, try those eyes. Seriously, when are you gonna learn? Every time you let someone come between us, they end up dead or crippled or brainwashed into killing you.
If you think Batman doesn't show any emotion or act like a human, I don't know what to tell you. And now it's time to respond to a video, something that a lot of you have been requesting me to respond to. Arkham Knight was just terrible. You spelled Arkham wrong. Minor spelling mistake aside...
Let's begin. It's not even bad in an interesting way. The whole thing is just wrong. So many people warned me about the driving sections, but no one actually gave me a sense of just how much of the game they take up. They made it seem like an inconvenience, something you have to tolerate and try to ignore. No, I swear half this fucking game is driving the Batmobile.
So even if that was true, that doesn't explain why the Batmobile gameplay is bad. I would argue that it's good gameplay. We get a good variety of enemy types, we can evade them in a way that isn't too overpowered and still requires you to strategize, and when we're chasing people, the Batmobile feels stable enough to control despite how fast we're going, and it really gives a sense of what it's like to use the Batmobile. I don't see the issue here. Second of all, here's a fun fact about how much the Batmobile is in the game. I'll link the video in the description below and include the timestamp, but that boy Aqua actually recorded his gameplay of the full campaign and cut down the total footage of the Batmobile sections. It added up to about 19% of the total recording, which is nowhere near as much as these people are claiming. Much respect to him for actually taking the time to do that.
Driving around the streets and fighting tanks. Tank combat, just what you want in a Batman game.
The Batmobile is functionally a fast-moving tank, so yes, I'd want to fight enemies who can actually contend with the Batmobile, whether it be in its speed or combat capabilities.
Dodging missiles and blowing up 10 tanks in an arena fight, sneaking around Cobra tanks driven by morons that can't hear the Batmobile running over things behind them, and then shooting them in the back. Over and over and over.
Yeah, that doesn't really explain why the gameplay itself is bad. At most, you state that the Cobra tank should have noticed the noise, but tanks in general are pretty loud, so I can imagine how background noise can easily be masked by this. The real obstacle is evading their sensors, considering how quickly they can take you down.
Missions where you gotta find a way to get the Batmobile into the area so it can do something for you. Call the Batmobile so it can save you. It never ends. Main missions, side missions, it doesn't matter.
Okay, it's still good gameplay, so I don't really care if we keep using the Batmobile. I mean, by this logic, the general gameplay elements of Arkham are bad because we keep doing them again and again. You can say this about stealth sections, combat sections, whatever. It's kind of a lazy criticism.
Oh, I'm gonna do this side quest and stop this bad guy from burning buildings. Let's get him. Oh no, I have to chase him in the Batmobile, of course.
I mean, this guy can fly. Using the Batmobile is a very suitable option, so this is not a great example.
Oh, the Riddler kidnapped Catwoman. I like Catwoman, let's go save her. Shit, I have to race around the sewer first? 4 laps? Great.
The first thing you actually do is fight Riddler's robots. Did you play it?
Am I the only one who did the reading?
Okay, is she free now? No? I have to find and complete more of these driving challenges to save her? Well, sorry Catwoman, that's not gonna happen. You can just die for all I care.
So again, why are the driving challenges bad? You can't just say it's bad gameplay because it exists. What is bad about the gameplay that detracts from the experience?
It is awful! And when the driving sections finally end, you get thrown into melee combat and it's like whiplash. I can't even remember what game I was playing. What do all these buttons do again? How do I use the environmental attacks? I gotta look it up every time I open the game.
The game accounts for this because you can turn on controller hints.
Why is it the same button combination as picking up weapons?
Because you're interacting with the environment.
Why are there more colored indicators to react to? Blue indicators, red indicators, glowing objects, glowing people.
It's almost like it's a more layered game and this adds to the ways in which you have to strategize. It's almost as if this adds more depth to the gameplay.
Too much crap on screen.
Miss Brandt?
Yes.
Get me a violin.
And why does the combat feel slower compared to Arkham City? Am I imagining things?
Probably.
The melee combat just doesn't feel as good to me. I remember when I first picked up City after Asylum and I tried to pick random fights in the street, I got my ass kicked right away and repeatedly. In Arkham Knight, if I pick fights, everyone is just a pushover. I don't know how to describe this in detail, it's just a feeling.
Then I'm not sure what you're talking about. If anything, the enemies are worse in this game, because they deliver different attacks, such as charging into you. We also have newer enemy types like the big armored guys with blades, or the electrical thugs, or the minigunners, or the detective mode trackers, or thugs shielded from detective mode. I can go on and on. How exactly are they pushovers this time around? Arkham Knight has the best enemy types in the series.
I get that it's cool to have more options or different options, but the combat encounters themselves don't seem to really make that feel very satisfying.
I'm not sure how that's the case when the combat encounters are made more difficult by these additional options.
One thing I loved in Arkham City was how seamlessly they introduced the functionality of your gear into the exploration of the world. The electric gun would open doors, the freeze bombs shut off the steam pipes and could be used to form glaciers on the water, and the grapple would pull you across. You were always engaging with your gadgets, which made me want to use them more in combat because I remembered I had them. I'm not getting that experience in Arkham Knight. Instead, the solution to all these puzzles tends to be find a way to make the car do it.
That's one way, but that's not the only way. We have stuff like the disruptors, the remote hacking device, the voice synthesizer. There are so many different ways to approach these encounters. And if you like the older gadgets in the series, they're still here. They're just focused on using newer ones for newer puzzles, which is good so it doesn't feel like a rehash of the past.
In Arkham City, I felt badass mastering the Batman fighting style. In Arkham Knight, I just want every fight to be over so I can move on. But move on to what? The 50th Joker conversation? The next driving sequence? The next side mission that I'm absolutely trying to avoid because there's a 50% chance it involves the Batmobile?
Again, these are just mentions of what's in the game, but not a proper elaboration as to what makes it terrible.
I'm listening.
Arkham Knight does not feel like a Batman game. It feels more like... oh, God, this is gonna get me in so much trouble with people. It feels like Batman porn.
You serious?
There's a moment early on when you're rescuing hostages, and Batman stops in the middle of the mission to call in an airdrop where he upgrades his suit. And it's this gross, overindulgent scene of, oh yeah, fuck yeah, look at all that sweet gear. Batman's so badass.
What?
Never mind the hostages are waiting to be rescued, let's run around doing these VR training missions for the next 20 minutes so we can try out all this radical Batman tech.
I don't see what's bad about showing off what's cool about Batman, because he is cool. The most elaboration is that there are hostages nearby, but the AR training is just for the player. You can skip it if you don't want to play it, and the whole purpose of the new suit is so Batman can save the hostages.
Lucius, I've got a hostage situation. 3 gunmen. I need to take them all out before they can react. Is it ready?
Flexible plates over an MR fluid armor layer. You'll move faster, hit harder, and look scarier while doing so. The liquid armor's more flexible than the fibers you're accustomed to as well. You can use that increased maneuverability to take out multiple foes in quick succession.
Man, they said you were quick, but I never saw anyone take down 3-armed guys like that. Unbelievable.
It's gross. I felt like I needed a shower. It's not just Batman being Batman in Arkham City. It's Batman in the newest high-tech gear, man. He's got secret headquarters built all around the city. The Batwing flies in to help him. He's driving in the Batmobile shooting tanks, crashing into hundreds of cars and destroying the city and running over people without a care because he's so badass.
Whatever damage you do or whoever you run over are just gameplay elements. That comes down to how you play the game. This isn't canonical, so I don't see what's bad about any of the things you're talking about. It sounds like the implication is that Batman is being overhyped, but he's not, because these are things we should expect from Batman. And does the game think it's cool? Sure, but that's a good thing. I'd want the creators to care about respecting Batman and showing off what makes him cool, while telling a good story and delivering good gameplay experience. I'd understand if it was just hype moments and no substance, but that point hasn't been substantiated.
I cannot get into this. I'm not saying there aren't things I like, I'm not saying there aren't good combat moments. I enjoyed figuring out some of the scenarios with multiple armed guards. I enjoyed encountering an actual puzzle during the campaign on the blimp, that was cool. It's fun to be able to swing off your grapple and instantly start flying, though it does feel significantly less grounded in Batman's abilities.
To be fair, the Arkham games were never that grounded in the first place.
I had fun here and there, but it was completely buried by dozens of experiences in misery and tedium. I couldn't finish it. I made it halfway into the Harley Quinn section and I gave up.
And if you're not interested in finishing the game, that's fine, that's your choice. But I think you're overlooking how this could make you less informed than you should be if you want to properly review the game. I get that the point is that it couldn't keep you interested enough to finish it, but there hasn't been enough elaboration as to why it's bad so far, and it seems the game was given up on early before more could be explored about what it has to offer.
I've had it up to here with this ridiculously bloated and unintuitive upgrade system where you can upgrade like 200 things. It's enough! I've had enough!
What's unintuitive though? They all veer off on their own paths depending on the category of upgrades.
And I'm tagging this on at the end because I feel everyone's going to ask what I thought about the Fear takedown. I think it's a completely unnecessary addition that makes stealth sections way too easy, easier than they already are, since the enemies just seem to not notice you've taken out half their crew.
I can understand that it seems like stealth has just become easier, but it is counterbalanced by the additional challenges in later stealth sections. It's only easier to use at first because the game is teaching you about it, and the concept of stealth sections in general. As you progress, it becomes far less reliable of an option to just use all the time, and we get added challenges by how the enemies adapt to your strategies, and the enemies do notice what you're doing. They just get scared by it at first.
It's stupid that you get it for free, it's stupid that it's so easy to do, I hate it.
You don't get it for free though, you have to earn it through the gameplay, meaning that you have to successfully use stealth without the Fear multi-takedown. So that just about covers all of that. I think I've had my fill with Arkham Knight criticism. Unless there's more I haven't touched upon, feel free to let me know. Arkham Knight is my favorite of the series, so I was quick to defend that one, but I definitely want to talk about Arkham Asylum and Arkham City as well. Arkham Origins and Arkham Shadow exist in an era of their own, so while I'd love to talk about them as well, I'd like to do that later since they're not as connected to the main 3 games. With that said, that's all I have for now. Thank you all for watching, feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.